Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Our Opinions with Sass. That's me.
And I'm Rooster.
And on our show, you get our opinions on everything about life, entertainment, anything going on. We talk about it all. We talk about everything under the sun. So, with that being said, if you guys have a topic that you guys want us to discuss, if you guys want to come on and be featured on our show, you got something going on, you guys want us to highlight, hit us up. So,
Hey,
with that being said, yes, Rooster.
hey, no, I'm just saying, hey, welcome to season one.
Welcome to season one. Oh, true. This is our official season one. We finished our pilot season last Friday when we had Freestyle Fridays, and we will be doing more Freestyle Fridays.
Yeah, that was
Just
cool.
yeah, that was
Hey,
nice.
hey,
So
listen, if y'all did watch our pilot podcast season, man, hey, give us some feedback on that. Let us know what you think. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely, let us know. We welcome all opinions. So definitely let us know. So we're gonna start out this show. First, I want to point out that if you guys like want to chime in and say something, please feel free to put whatever you want in the chat box, and we'll try to pay attention and you know kind of highlight the feedback that we get.
Yes, we
So
will.
feel free. And then I wanted to just give a shout out to Melon. So we use Melon app for our show. We actually love it. We love
Right.
Melon
Listen, you know what throw that in the we need to throw that in the chat so
in
people
the
can
chat box.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So Melon app has been great for us. It's wonderful. They have a free version, they have a paid version, they have two paid versions. We ended up going with I think it's the $15 paid version, Rooster.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's all good. We love it. So I will definitely throw that in the chat. Melon app. Um, Let me see. There it goes. So I just threw that in the chat in case anyone wants to look it up. But with that being said, let me go ahead and zoom in because I have some news to share with you all. Let's see. I'll bring Rooster back in a second. Okay, you guys. Okay. So I wanted to share some news with you guys. So it's the month of February, and I would like to highlight a certain person who has a birthday in February. Can you guys guess who that might be? Well, if not, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. So it's my birthday month. I think I told you guys before. So I am excited. My birthday is on the 26th. It's coming up. It's not this Saturday, it's the following Saturday. So I'm looking forward to it. I got some nice plans for my birthday and I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm excited about my birthday. So with that being said, let me give myself a shout out. I've been putting this on like every show. It's my birthday month, it's Sass's birthday month. So if you guys want to send me a gift or anything like that, feel free to. My Cash App is down below. I accept anything. I thank you in advance for your gifts. And with that being said, shout out to Sass for her birthday month. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, look, my dog wants to be on the camera. You guys see him? He's trying to be part of the show too. He's trying to be a co-host and stuff. We got to interview you first, okay? Got to do an interview first. So you got to hold up and wait a minute. But with that being said, I'm going to bring my partner in crime back on because we got a lot to talk about today. But I just needed to let you guys know that there's a special birthday coming up. So shout out to Sass. All right, let me get my partner in crime back in here. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, 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 yeah. So here we go for your birthday. All right, all right, all right. That's what I'm talking about.
I couldn't even make out what that was. What
That
was
was a
that?
crowd clapping. Everybody was
Oh,
clapping for your
oh, I
birthday.
love it. I love it. Absolutely. I love it. So,
Yeah.
okay.
So So let's get it
So,
popping then.
oh wait, let me get this together because thing want to act up, want to start acting up when I get on. Okay, so with that being said, I'm gonna step away for a second. I'm gonna let Rooster talk to you guys about Black History Month. Give a little blurb of his thoughts. So I'll be back. I'll be back. Y'all listen to Rooster, okay?
So yeah, so check it out, y'all. Happy Black History Month. Hey, to all the hustlers, listen. Hey man, y'all keep it lit, man. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give out a shout out to all of you. Yeah. Hey, hey, check it out though, man. Hey, hey, y'all got flavor, man. Without y'all, man, it wouldn't be no us, man. You know what I'm saying? And y'all got to remember one thing, man. The world want to be like us, so don't ever forget that. You know what I'm saying? Black history is everyday history. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a month. It is it's every day. You know what I'm saying? The country was built on our ancestors, and I just want to give a shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying, man? Listen, life is grand. You know what I'm saying? And it's what you make of it. So one thing about it, man, be glad and rejoice in it. You know what I'm saying? So check it out, man. We're gonna talk about a little something today that's been seeming to happen to a lot of black people you know, in the banking industry. So they call it banking while black. So man, it's I I happened to run across a little feed this morning, and there was a guy I think up in Minnesota, in the Minneapolis, Minnesota area. I don't know if in fact, but he worked for I think it's UNFI grocery distributors. Walked in the bank with a $900 check, and and man, the manager pulls him into the office, right? And while he's in the office, the manager tell him, well, you know, I've been getting a lot of fake checks from with this, you know what I'm saying? So I need to call and verify it. Well, his verification was calling the police on the young man. You know what I'm saying?
How
So the
much? How much was the check? I'm sorry.
a $900 check. You know,
What?
man, man say he had just got off of work from working 12 hours, wanted to cash his check. You know what I'm saying? So he came in. Say he'd been coming to the bank for a minute too. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like this wasn't like it was his first time coming. And the bank manager told him, "Well, you people been you people. You get that you people. You know that's
Not
what they
you
always say
people.
to us. You people been coming in here with these checks, and they've been illegal." So when the so a sergeant shows up, and the sergeant is looking at him, and looking at the check, and looking at him, looking at the check. So one another officer shows up, but while she's on her way, the sergeant says to the young man, "Watch what you say, you might get arrested." You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Man, what you mean, man? Hey, man, I'm just in here to cash a check. You know what I'm saying? I work every day." And so the officer just said, "Yeah, well, you just watch what you say." So I guess they still didn't believe him. You know what I'm saying? And so the young female officer walks up, and bank manager asked them, "Well, can you guys put him in another room because he might take something off my desk?" So they asked him to stand up. So you know he's a little angry now at this point. You know he's a lot of angry right at this point. So he kind of stands up and kind of jumps, and the officer's gonna tell him, well, you made a gesture at the bank manager as if you was going, a threatening move towards him. So they put him in handcuffs, take him in the next room, sit him down while they call the place, find out the check is legal. You know what I'm saying? And so after it's all said and done, after he's in handcuffs for about 20 minutes or whatever or whatnot, the the officer comes in, unhandcuffs him, and says, "Hey, can I talk to you for a minute?" So now he's trying to clear up what he said to him, but his advice is still like, you just sit and wait until somebody verifies who you are, you don't get mad and stuff like this because it can lead to other. But man, what you mean, man? I've been coming in here cashing checks since I've been working at this place. What you mean, don't get mad? And what kind of advice? You tell? Did you tell a manager you need to stop profiling black people when they come in here and and cashing checks? No, you didn't tell him that, but you want to sit down and give me a lecture on how to act when I ain't doing nothing wrong at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
What?
so
Where did this take place?
I want to say it was in the Minnesota area. I'm not for sure though. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But yeah, if you just look up banking while black, it'll pop up. I'm
Yeah.
sure. And so the uh the officer's advice to him was just way out of line. But then when they talked to the sorry, oh, they was like, oh, well, our officer did a great job. And then I guess he had just saved a dude from something 2 weeks ago when they tried to talk to the officer. He talked about that. He didn't want to talk about the advice that he gave to the young man. You know what I'm saying? They like,
Right.
we ain't talking about what you did 2 weeks ago. We want to talk about what you did yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Or day before yesterday or last week. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
they want to bring out the good that you know, he saved some dude in a situation that wasn't even didn't have nothing to do with what this was about. Uh so it's sad that like we talked about last week with the young lady where they stole her joy with the $16,000 check that's a doctor, you know. So when they tried to get in contact with the bank, corporate just said, hey, we don't want to talk about the matter. And so his lawyer told him, hey, you guys need to settle this. So they settled for an undisclosed amount of cash and said that we're never to talk about it. But they didn't say if they reprimanded the manager, fired him, or the
Or
teller or
anything.
anything. And
Right.
so they basically it was they didn't even get a slap on the wrist basically. So
Okay.
basically, man, this is why we need to find the black banks that are out there, and we probably need more black banks in this country. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that every bank is like this, but it's sad that when a man has to, go through something to cash a check that he worked hard for. You know what I'm saying? That just don't that don't sit right with me, or it shouldn't sit right with nobody. Shouldn't sit right with the bank management. It shouldn't sit right. They said that well, we try to treat everyone fair, uh, based, not, no matter what color you are, no matter what your race, but it seems to be happening more and more to black people when they go in and cash checks. And this wasn't even a large check. You know what I'm saying? I could see if it was a $100,000 check. This check was $900. You know what I'm saying? That's probably 2 weeks pay or a week pay or whatever. I don't know. I can't say what the man make, but yeah, we got this country has to do better. You know what I'm saying? It has to do better. Uh, like I was saying, I had a discussion with a guy, and he doesn't seem to think that racism is at an all time high, but it really is, and it's more in your face now. You know what I'm saying? Usually people used to hide it; they don't hide it anymore.
It's blatant. Very blatant
It is very
racism.
blatant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So you mentioned like black banks, and I agree we need more black banks. But I did want to highlight. I actually bank with a black bank, and it's called One United Bank.
yeah, I've
So
heard of them.
yeah, so they have online banking. I want to say that they're out in the LA area is
Yes,
where.
they are. They
Yeah.
are.
So, and I like them a lot because they had this seminar, maybe about a year or two ago,
Hmm.
and they had all these different people come on. They had people talking about people who wanted to buy homes. They kind of walked you through the process. They talked about people who wanted to get their credit straight so that they could buy a home. They kind of walk you through the process, but they offer a lot. So I'm gonna add that bank to the stream to the chat.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that
And on another note, I think the last time I checked, I think they were actually looking to bring a branch here to the Bay Area.
oh, okay, that
Think
would
they
be
were actually
wonderful.
looking. They didn't say for sure, but I think they were actually looking to bring a branch here to the Bay Area.
Okay, so we'll have to talk more about that once we get the details on whether they are or not and when that might be, because that'll be good.
Yeah, definitely,
So again,
definitely.
One United Bank, I will put it in the comments. So let me say Black Bank. So United, and you guys can you can easily open an account online because they're in Southern California. You can open an account online, which is what I did uh, at that bank. But I haven't had any problems with them. They've been pretty good so far. Um, I don't have any complaints about them. So, but yeah, it's unfortunate that these instances keep coming up, Roosta.
Yeah, yeah,
You
definitely,
know,
definitely. So,
banking while black.
yeah, hey, man, we get profiled on everything, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like beyond ridiculous at
Yes,
this point.
yes, yes.
Okay. So another thing that I wanted to talk about, and I saw this today, Prince Andrew. Okay.
Hmm.
So I don't know. Are you familiar with the
Yeah,
girl?
yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
lawsuit with the
yeah.
lawsuit. Yeah, okay.
Huh?
I said, yeah, okay.
Oh, so apparently, excuse me, Prince Andrew was like mixed up with Jeffrey Epstein. They
Right.
were like back in the day, and there was a girl. She's not 17 anymore, but she said when she was 17, they made her have. And I think we had mentioned this on a different one of our different shows.
Yeah,
But
I think it was our show with Mila.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was with Mila. So she was forced to have sex with Prince Andrew. He's denied it up and down that he does not know this woman, even though he's like in a picture with her. They posted a picture where he's in a picture with her, with his arm around her and everything. So today, I read that Prince Andrew and his lawyers, they've settled out of court with this lady. So they for an undisclosed amount of money, and what it is he's making a contribution towards her charity, um, and they like let the judge know, the court know that it did need to proceed, but she needs to get the money first before the whole court date is wiped out or whatever. To me, I'm just gonna say it. To me, that's saying you're guilty. If you paying somebody, he's trying to make it like, oh, I feel her plight and I'm sorry for what she had to go through, even though it wasn't me. So then why are you paying her?
Yeah.
If it
Well,
wasn't you, I would fight to the end.
they didn't want the royal name dragged through the mud, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
That's what
So
that is, and basically, yeah, it's saying you're guilty by not saying you're guilty, you know what I'm saying?
exactly. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I would. I'm telling you, I wouldn't come out the pocket with any money if I knew I was innocent. I'm gonna prove my innocence. I'm gonna fight to the end to prove that I didn't do something. So to me, that was just an admission that he did have sex with this girl when she was 17. And because they have money, he could just easily, pay her off and wipe, whatever clean.
Yeah, that happens in most cases. People with money, they always end up, they don't want to disclose the amount of cash that they settle for, but
Right,
they don't want you to talk, about anything else about it. So she possibly there's possibly a clause in the settlement that she can't, speak with the public about, what
right.
went down and all of that stuff. I'm sure of that.
Yeah, they probably set something up like that. I'm
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
but I found that very interesting
yeah, yeah.
that you swore up and down you don't know this lady. Yeah, you're on a picture with her. You don't know this lady. Yeah, you giving her money now.
Well,
Just
well,
to
you
show
know,
him
what the cookie jar showed. It showed his hand in it when they showed him in the picture with her. That was his hand in the cookie jar right there.
his hand was in a cookie jar.
Yeah,
We know.
exactly,
We know the
exactly.
real deal. We know what
Yeah,
happened. We
yeah,
know all of it.
yes,
So
definitely. So
yeah,
yeah,
but
so
I just wanted to point that out.
yeah. So next up, I guess I want to talk about the. I guess I'm gonna call them the fake McMichaels, the father and son duo in Mississippi that
You
shot
said
at the.
the fake McMichaels.
Yeah, I'm gonna call them the fake McMichaels.
Okay.
The father and son duo in Mississippi that shot at the FedEx driver.
Okay.
So basically, there was a FedEx driver, and this is kind of it's kind of a blow on both of these guys and uh excuse me and FedEx itself. So a guy's on his route, he's in an unmarked, you know how now there's so many delivery guys. I guess FedEx don't want to, do buy vans and trucks and stuff and maintain them, and they just go to like a place like uh uh, Enterprise and rent vans and and have their drivers use those, and that way they don't have to do the maintenance and all of that stuff. But this guy in Mississippi delivering packages, and I guess he pulled up to the wrong address or whatever, and realizes. So as he's leaving, he notices a car uh, kind of coming up on him kind of fast. He says so. I guess he was trying to move out of the way, but then he realized the car was like right on his tail, driving real aggressive. So he said he kind of startled him a little bit. So he kind of took off, and as he turned, he's looking in the mirror. I guess when he looked forward, there's a guy standing in the middle of the road pointing a gun at him. So he swerved around the guy, and the guy shoots at him. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, and sadly, they chased him all the way to the interstate, like 10, 15 minutes. I guess they live that far off the interstate. So he calls dispatch, and they actually try to get him to keep going along his route and delivering. So, but he was like, this is too much. So they finally told him to come in. They found a bullet uh, inside the back of the van that had hit a package and fell on the floor. And do you know FedEx? The cold part about it is they didn't file a report that night. They waited till the next day to file a report with the police department. But the crazy thing is they tried to send him back out on that same route. So he's like, man, wait a minute, man. I just got shot at on this route. Why would you, you know what I'm saying? Why would you put me back out there? And these guys ain't even arrested or anything. Then he said, once he talked to the police, and the police was like, "Well, you sure you didn't do anything to them?" Wait a minute, man. I'm telling you, I didn't do nothing. I'm delivering packages, man. You know what I'm saying? And what do you mean I didn't do anything to aggravate them? It don't matter. If I was on their property or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You see, I got a FedEx uniform on. Why would uh why would I get shot at? So uh they finally arrested the couple guys and let them out. I think on like $75,000 bill. So they didn't have to spend anything but about $7,500. And I think they charged them with aggravated assault instead of attempted murder. Wow, you shoot at
Yeah.
a guy, you got 3 bullet holes in the back of the van, but you only get charged with aggravated assault. So I go back and forth with these guys on in the comments, and one guy tried to tell me Mississippi is a diverse neighborhood, is a diverse community because it's 48% black, and you know he he think that the guys were right for shooting at this guy because he was on their property. I said, wait a minute, man, he didn't break in their house. I said, even if he was on their property, you don't have a right to shoot somebody. You know what I'm saying?
And didn't they see the FedEx truck?
Well,
Did he?
it was unmarked. So,
Oh,
but had okay, if it was unmarked, you could have followed him, wrote down a license plate number, waited for a deputy or a police officer or whoever whatever I don't know what if they have sheriff. I don't know if the county is populated or I mean incorporated or unincorporated that they were in. But anyway, you could have followed him and when the officer you know did a traffic stop, you would have seen that he was a FedEx driver. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But instead, they it's sad that so many people with guns want to take the law into their own hands nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. It's like people they feel like they don't have to wait for the police to come. They just
Right.
want to
Right,
Just
right,
do whatever it
right,
is
right.
they think they
It's sad. It's sad. So when FedEx tried to put the guy back on, he took, he said, "Hey man, look, I need some time off." So do you know, man, FedEx made him take 2 weeks off without pay.
wow, after someone shoots at you.
Someone shoots at you in a company vehicle, even though it was rented. You own the job. They made him, man. I thought I had a lot of respect for FedEx, but that made me lose all respect for that company because people talk about how good the company was, but that doesn't show me any good. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't show me anything. It's
Yeah, that's unfortunate
yeah,
that
one of your employees gets shot at, and then you still try to send him out, and then they say, well, you take these couple weeks off, and we'll try to find you another route. What you mean you gonna try to find me another route?
and so those people still live on that same route.
Same route.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Shame on you, FedEx.
right, right, exactly. Shame on FedEx was for that. You would think that you know corporate would say, hey, we need to, at least if you if you do put him on the same route, what I'm saying, just make sure you don't put none of them packages on that street and on his route. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Or
Yeah,
and pay the man for the time that he's off. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's
exactly.
going to have a lawsuit against the two men that shot at him and FedEx as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Lawyers are probably licking their chops on this one.
he definitely should. What's the guy's name out there? Sean King. Sean King needs to. I don't know if he highlighted it on his page. He's someone I follow on Instagram.
Uh huh.
But if he hasn't already talked about it, he definitely needs to talk about it and
Yeah,
like let people know,
definitely,
you know,
definitely,
just get
definitely.
it out there. So that's unfortunate.
It really is.
Really unfortunate.
It
Yeah.
really is.
Okay. So moving along, I wanted to discuss this whole NFL thing. So if you guys don't know, there's a gentleman, and I want to say I don't know his first name, but I think his last name is Flores. He was a coach.
Brian. Brian.
Brian Flores, yeah. So he's suing the NFL, and I want to say like three of the teams also for discrimination, racism. So it just made me think. There's a lot of talk that's been going on about the NFL, and the whole mentality is you got all these white owners because there aren't any black owners. I looked it up. I did the research. There's 32 teams. I think there's two women that are owners, but there's not one black owner. And then his whole deal is like none of the head coaches or two head coaches in the NFL are black. So I think this is something that's getting a lot of attention. Even President Biden chimed in and said that the NFL should be ashamed of themselves because of the lack of diversity. So I don't know, opinion nights out there. I just want to know what you guys think about this whole thing. And Rooster too, I want to get your opinion on it. But I don't. I just wanted to talk a little bit about Colin Kaepernick has a show on Netflix, and I can't remember the exact name of it, but he kind of alludes to the fact that NFL, when you like are in the NFL, it's kind of like a slave owner with his slaves. They're like, it's something you guys got to watch. I don't want to tell you guys too much about it, but I thought that it was an excellent portrayal of his life coming up. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on it, Roosta, about
Well,
the lack of diversity in the NFL
in coaching, in
and
coaching.
coaching? Yes,
Yeah.
because
Well,
the
and
teams they don't have a lack of
right,
diversity.
right.
Okay,
Because the NFL is, I think, between 70 and 77% black players, and they're saying that these guys are the ones that's playing the game. They should not be excluded from coaching, from the ranks of coaching. Now,
right.
with that being said, you mentioned two of the coaches. Uh, I forgot where the other guy is coaching at, but
The Houston Texans.
the Houston Texans, and then there's Mike Tomlin of the Pittsburgh Steelers, And
Right.
listen, y'all know I'm a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but I hate Mike Tomlin. And hate is a strong word, man. This guy, I understand. So the Rooneys are the owners of the Steelers, and they put a rule in that whenever there's a coaching vacancy, there has to be at least one black person, interviewed for the job.
Right.
So, and everybody gives them the credit for that. But I want to take it one step further and say that the Raiders it should be the Raider rule about that, because the Raiders were the first team to ever hire a black head coach with Art Shell. So this shouldn't be the Rooney rule. This should be the Al Davis rule. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
Al Davis did go out on a ledge and hire a black coach. You know what I'm saying? A black head coach. So shout out to Al Davis, even though his Raiders just don't want to win, baby. I know
Okay.
that's I know that's your team. I know that's your team. But anyway, yeah, it's sad that you got a league that's 70 to 77% black, but you know these guys can't get head coaching jobs. I mean, we've had a few of them now, and Brian. But so in Brian Flores' defense, Brian Flores had a terrible. He inherited a terrible team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And first half of the season they were terrible, but the man turned. He had just got hired this past season and
Okay.
turned the team around. Though they won, I think they won 7 out of the last 9 games. You know,
Oh, okay. Wow.
so I mean that. With that being said, I guess they and don't quote me on that, but I think it was 7 out of the last 9 games they won. But
Okay.
with a record like that, you should be you should at least be given another chance for another season. But he was fired like shit. He was damn near fired on the last play of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and to his defense, I agree with the lawsuit. I noticed. I think Hugh Jackson actually is. I don't know for sure. I haven't really followed much. I think he's in on the lawsuit now or something like that. But Hugh Jackson was a terrible coach. I don't care
Right.
what nobody say. He was a great offensive coordinator though. But he had. But well, I shouldn't say he was a terrible coach. He had a terrible team, and they just got good this year, which was the Cincinnati Bengals. Or no, I'm sorry. I think it was no Cleveland Browns. It was the Cleveland Browns that he coached, I think. And yeah, that would I don't know. I want to say it was the Cleveland Browns that he coached and got fired
Okay.
or something like that. But anyway, he had a terrible team, but they just got good. And to his defense, hey, I understand you in it, but you had a bad team. Now, as for Mike Tomlin, the argument with him that everybody makes with me is that, oh man, he's black. Okay, I am not blind, so I understand that he's black,
Right.
but he's not doing a good job with the team. You know what I'm saying? This guy
How long has he? How
now
long
he,
has he been the
he's been
the?
coaching 15 years now, so he's been Pittsburgh
Okay.
Steelers head coach for 15 years. But when
Okay.
see what happened, what made Mike Tomlin look so good is he came into the league with a really great team. He inherited a really great team. So he won the Super Bowl his second year as a coach. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So and then he went back, I think 2 years later, and he still had most of that team. He had a few different players, but the guy, he in the face of adversity, man, this guy is when the game is going bad, he can't pull out of it. He's to me, and this is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people
Right.
like to argue with me. They say, "Oh man, he's never had a losing season." So with that being said, that means you're telling me that you're okay with a coach that just goes 8-8 every year. Eh, eh, I'm just not satisfied with that. I mean, You know what I'm saying? Okay, you never had a losing season. Well, okay, but you don't play just to not have a losing season. You playing for championships. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand it's hard to go to the Super Bowl, let alone even the playoffs. But at the same
Right.
time, if you're that great of a coach, like everybody say you are, your team wouldn't be in the positions that they're in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when if I don't know if you follow football, but when Bill Cowher was there, these guys were. I mean, man, they had linebackers that was second and third string linebackers that should have been starting on some other that would have been starting on any other team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, with that being said, I understand what's going on, but back to what you were talking about with the NFL and the racism. I don't know if this was some kind of ploy this weekend. I don't know if you watched the Super Bowl, but
I watched some of it.
yeah, but Russell Wilson was sitting next to Roger Goodell. What is that all about? Any other? I ain't never seen a quarterback sit side by side with the commissioner in a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Let alone even in a regular game. I've
I
never
kind
even
of
seen that.
I kind of feel like that was staged.
Yeah, I think it was too. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is this: NFL, don't stage shit. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Just be like Nike and just do it. Just
Just do
hey,
it.
listen. And this is to all of the white people out there who thinks blacks are complaining. We're not complaining. We just want our just due. We work just as hard as you do, and we should be recognized for the work that we put in. It shouldn't be, oh, black people are complaining, so let's make it look good and sit somebody side by side with somebody. No, we don't want that. We don't want the handouts. We work for this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know a lot of y'all think, oh, it's just a game, but listen, this is a game that man, a bunch of people can't make it to. You know what I'm saying? You got thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of kids out there that want to play in the NFL, but guess what? You only got hundreds that make it. Maybe a few thousand. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So let me ask you, wasn't there, I think that there was like someone who tried to become an owner of a football team, a black man.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was Magic Johnson. I think Magic Johnson
Okay.
had put a group together to try and buy a team. I can't remember which team it was. Uh,
Okay.
but I think Magic Johnson tried to put a group of people, a group of black people together to buy a team, and they end up selling it to some other billionaire. You know what I'm saying? And I mean,
Right.
it wasn't like they didn't have the money. Magic and them had the money.
Right.
You see, Magic got a piece of the Lakers, he got a piece of the Dodgers, and he was trying to put a group together and buy an NFL team. But
Okay.
yeah, the NFL, it's a strange fraternity when it comes to the owners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know,
you have to question it. You really do have to question it. It's not something like you said, we're not just throwing this out there. It's like blatantly in your face. Like, why are there only non-black owners when people have tried,
exactly,
So
exactly,
it's a
exactly.
good question to pose.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think part of that group that Magic Johnson tried to put together, I think P Diddy was a part of that group. That
Okay.
he would have been
Okay.
part owner. So I think Magic would have been majority owner, and the rest of them would have been minority owners. But hey,
Okay.
they had the money. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like they
Of
didn't have the
course.
money. And then
Yeah.
people are trying to give now. I'm gonna change the subject a little bit. It's still on football and on the Super Bowl,
Okay.
but I'm gonna change the subject to the halftime show. Did you get a chance to see the halftime show?
I did see the halftime show.
Did you enjoy it?
So I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. I
Yep.
thought, okay, so here are my thoughts on it. I thought that it was super short because I think in the past the halftime shows have been longer than I want to say that was between 10 and 12 minutes, is what I heard.
Yeah, but no, they're usually that long. They're usually about that long because halftime is only 20 minutes in the Super Bowl. It's only 15 minutes in the regular season, but in the
Okay.
Super Bowl they got to give them time to set the stage up, and then break the stage down and things like that. So it's usually
Right.
about 10 to 12 minutes. But to me, that was a terrible show. The music was great. I love the
Yeah.
music, but the show just to me it just wasn't. It wasn't like uh I think Timberlake and Janet Jackson had a great show. I think Madonna put on a great show. I think Prince show was Prince show was bomb.
Prince, yeah, most
Prince show was
definitely.
bomb. Don't get me wrong, but my biggest question to all of LA, to Dre, Snoop, you- two biggest influence in LA right now. Why did Ice Cube get snubbed out of the Super Bowl? Ice
That
Cube,
you're
if it wasn't for Ice Cube, Dre, don't get me wrong, Dre probably would have been known because I've been knowing about Dre before Ice Cube, but Dre was nobody without Ice Cube. You see what I'm saying? Ice Cube
absolutely.
put LA rap on the map.
Yes,
You
I
know what I'm
agree with
saying?
you. I wondered the exact
Yeah.
same thing. Why
So
was he not there?
yeah, why was he
They could
not?
have left.
Right.
They could have left Kendrick Lamar out and had Ice Cube there, or they could have left 50 Cent out and
50
had Ice
Cent, yeah,
Cube.
exactly. 50 Cent ain't from LA. Mary
Nope.
J ain't from LA. Eminem ain't from LA. You know what I'm saying? Man, do
Yeah.
you know? Well, listen, not only why did Ice Cube get left out, look at DJ Quick. Come
There
on
you
now.
go.
That
That was
show could have been 10 times better,
yeah.
like
That
you
was
said.
a snub to Ice Cube.
Listen, now if I was Ice Cube, I'd make a diss song again. God dang, I'm glad
Right.
y'all set it off. You
Used to
know,
be.
I'm just saying though,
We're
Drake,
not, we're
come
not
on,
gonna
Drake.
have that kind of language on
Right,
here.
right.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't use the bad language. I used some other language. But listen, all I'm saying is Cube should have been the star of the show. Cube and Dre, and Cube, Dre, and Snoop should have been the star of the show because they the biggest and Quick. They because a lot of people don't know Quick is behind a lot of people music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even though Dre is behind a lot of people music, Quick is too. This should have been, if you gonna make this an LA Super Bowl, this is who should have been in the lineup. You should have had Q, Dre, DJ Quick. Uh, I'm even gonna go as far as to say Mac 10 should have been in there because he's from Inglewood. That's where the
Oh yeah,
stadium
most
is.
definitely.
You know
Makes
what I'm saying? I'm just gonna say that. And that's not to take anything away from Dre. I mean, from 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Because I think they're all great. I love their music. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you want to make this a classic, you want to make this, you know what I'm saying, something to be talked about forever. Hey, that would have been it right there. I think the show would have been a lot better. I didn't like how they set the stage up because you look at past Super Bowls. I don't know if you really paid attention to it, but I don't know what these three houses were or whatever they
I
set
didn't
up.
understand that either. What was
Because
that?
you look at it, the people on the backside of the houses, they had to watch the screen to see,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Unless you were on the top floor, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just thought the show could have been a lot better.
Wow. Yeah, I agree. I was kind of upset that Ice Cube wasn't there, and you're right. He does need to make a diss track about that. Used
About
to
the
be hard,
NFL.
you just wet and soft. Look, used to be hard, but now you just wet
Right,
and
right, right, right,
so. It's
right.
unfortunate, but you know,
Hey,
it's crazy.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
craziness.
yeah, 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 yeah,
So
yeah. And I listen. This is so. I'm gonna give you my Super Bowl halftime show preview.
okay.
I'm gonna give you Cube right
Uh-huh.
with Big Worm. Come on, in that orange lowrider rolling out on the stage. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that would have been a dope entry. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna give me a special guest, give me Cube and Big Worm, Faison Love rolling out in that orange lowrider on the stage. You
That
see
would
what
be
I'm saying?
cool.
Come on now.
Yeah.
And then Dre making a song, bringing a song with that. You know what I'm saying? But then
Right.
Dre tried to, do the Tupac thing, and I'm like, come on, man, that ain't you, Dre. I mean, I know you made the song, but man, you know what I'm saying? Do a hologram of Tupac doing that song. Don't don't
What do
rap,
you mean? What do you mean?
because he had rapped a little bit of one of Tupac
California
songs that what was it, California.
love.
Yeah, something like that. So
Yeah.
my thing is, man, bring. I'm just upset about that Cube. And I think that's my biggest gripe about it, and then the way they had the stage set up.
I agree. Yeah, he should have been there. And I
Yeah,
didn't understand that whole stage thing. How
yeah,
that, what was that? I mean, I could kind of see that they had like, did you see the part where they had like the LA? They had like, oh, you know, the part I'm talking about where they had like LA featured, like a
yeah,
picture of LA.
yeah. I seen that, but
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
I was so disappointed with it. I just was like, I did. Now, don't get me wrong. The songs was knocking.
Yeah.
Songs was knocking, but yeah, come on, NFL.
Yeah.
Well, come on, halftime show. Now they say Jay Z is the one who put the halftime show together, but then
Oh, really?
I also heard that Dre spent like $2 million of his own money, to go into the halftime show. Okay, Dre, you that if you spent $2 million of your own money, that should have been a lot better show than what it was.
True. So do they get paid? Speaking of the halftime show, do they get paid for the
That's a
halftime?
good question. That I don't know.
Okay.
That I
And
don't know.
why was 50 Cent upside down? I didn't understand that whole
Yeah, I didn't
concept.
understand that intro at all. I was like,
Right.
period. In the club, I mean, come on now. In the club that was a big hit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I don't think that's not LA. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I
The
didn't
song
understand.
was LA. Don't get me
But
wrong.
I wonder whoever put that whole thing together, whoever thought,
That's what I'm
okay,
saying.
they messed up. They did mess up.
That's exactly what I'm getting at.
The game was in
Yeah,
LA. They
definitely.
should have all LA rappers. That's what they
That's
should
exactly
have
what I'm
going.
talking
You
about.
know, they
Hey,
shouldn't have had
even Michelle A should have been on there. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Uh,
Yeah.
if you gonna do LA, let's do LA. You know
Right.
what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah. So another thing about the whole Super Bowl, did you pay attention to any of the commercials? Did you really
Yeah.
like
Commercials was weak.
and those
Commercials was
commercials
weak.
cost a lot of money. I don't know the exact figure, but
Six.
Super Bowl commercials,
They say it was like 6 million for 30 seconds or something like that.
that's
All the
ridiculous.
commercials was weak.
Yeah. The only one to me that was kind of funny is the one that kind of they had the people. I don't know if you watched I think it's called Schitt's Creek on Netflix where the
I no, I don't watch that.
okay, so that one was kind of funny where they had the Nissan and the lady was like, "Oh, you can drive the car," and he got in the car, and then do you remember that one? It was like a Nissan
I
commercial.
Nope, I didn't.
Okay,
And the commercials didn't even. I tried to watch some
really,
last night,
really good.
on YouTube, but
Yeah.
they were terrible. The commercials
And
were
what's
terrible.
funny is even before the Super Bowl, like even before the Super Bowl happened, I had seen that commercial already
Uh
on
huh. Uh
YouTube.
huh. Uh huh.
I was like,
Now let me tell you one of the funniest Super Bowl commercials to me ever.
okay,
What's that dude name? I cannot think of this dude name to save my life. But he's been in a lot of movies. A white guy. It was one of those commercials. What's that rental company they were advertising a lot?
Enterprise,
Huh?
Enterprise,
No, it was
Enterprise
this
budget.
was an apartment rental commercial, like when you go
Oh,
rent apartments. But anyway, it was like he was moving on up on this
mhm.
thing, and they were showing all these different apartments, and Lil Wayne was in there in one of the apartments, and he said, "Wait a minute, is that George and Wheezy?" you know, that was one of the funniest commercials I ever to me. You got to see the commercial though to
I'll
see what
have
I'm
to
talking
look it
about.
up and see.
Yeah, yeah. I think the Doritos commercials was terrible this year. I've seen some funny Dorito commercials in the past. Uh,
Right.
but yeah,
I
yeah,
even think the Budweiser one wasn't good. Isn't that like a
right,
Clydesdale
right,
horse? Is that
right.
what it's called? Yeah, that one was
Yeah,
kind of weak. I was just like, y'all could
yeah,
have did
yeah,
better.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know where we're headed with commercials.
yeah. It was like I don't know. It was just something about this game. Oh, and speaking of which, so I had seen a couple of posts after the Super Bowl game and people were saying, kind of saying, you know, you wrong for watching the Super Bowl. You see how they treat black people. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah,
A lot of people say you should have been people should have banned watching the Super Bowl. You know,
hey, well, I ain't listen. You could say boycott the Super Bowl all you want to. I ain't never boycott. I better be dead if I'm a boycott a Super Bowl because I love football. And I tell everybody this was. Hey, I am not lying to you. This was the best football season ever.
You
The
say that
Super
over
Bowl, the
and
Super
over.
Bowl game wasn't. I mean, it wasn't super exciting, but it wasn't a bad game. Don't get me wrong. But
Yeah.
this season, this whole football season, I mean, from game one, from week
Uh-huh.
one to the last week of the playoffs. I mean, man, if you didn't enjoy this season, something was wrong with you. Don't Something
Yeah.
was wrong if this was the best football season ever. You know what I'm saying? Even amongst all the controversy that's going on around with the racism and all of that, this was the best football season ever. Now, here's another thing I'm gonna say, in a little bit of controversy. Everybody's
Mhm.
saying, talking about, but I think Deion Sanders should get a head coaching job somewhere. He took that little Jackson State job down in Mississippi and turned that whole program around.
Okay.
Deion Sanders, I think he can coach at. I think Deion Sanders has what it takes to actually turn a football team around in the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm even though he played for teams that I don't that I don't like. But I got to give props to where props do. You know, Deion was the best to me. He was the best cornerback to play the game, and I
Hmm.
think Deion is a very motivating individual that can take a football team and turn it all the way around. So let's hopefully see Deion get a head coaching job within the next 2 to 3 years in the
Okay.
NFL.
So that would be good. Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
good. So
yeah.
I like Dion. So Dion used to rap, right? He rap
Must
back
be the
then.
money.
Yeah.
Listen, don't make me use foul language. That cat
Hey.
that cat couldn't rap to save his life. Listen, when you hang around MC Hammer all that, you think you can do anything.
He tried it. He tried it.
Hey,
He gave
listen,
it a
cause you
shot.
listen, he was hanging around. Listen, Dion used to get off of work and go straight to Fremont, and hang out with MC Hammer at that big old house up in the hills.
Oh, did he?
Oh man, Dion and MC Hammer was boys.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Dion. Listen, Dion. I want you to be a coach in the league, but man, don't ever try to put them rapping shoes on no more. Put your
You
cleats on, man.
you like don't do that, huh?
Don't do that to yourself, and don't do it to us either.
Prime Time. That was the name of the album.
Yeah,
Prime Time.
yeah, yeah. He couldn't.
Yeah.
He couldn't rap.
So let me ask you a question since we on football. Because yeah, whatever happened to Terrell Owens?
So what's interesting? To I think he just got old. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. To right now ain't played in what 3 4 years now. He
Uh-huh.
probably still better than half the wide receivers in the league
Oh,
right
okay.
now to this
Okay.
day. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
I remember
To To was one of the guys that I think he was a little too outspoken.
oh, okay.
Uh, but you got to look at his passion for the game was impeccable. He
Mm-hmm.
had a passion to play football. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he wanted to compete. He wanted to be out there. He wanted to be the man. Now you can't be a I in a team sport. You got to be a
Yeah.
team player because there's
Okay.
no I in team. But
Right.
you know, with that being said, I don't know what happened with To
Yeah. It's
because the last team he had tried out for was Dallas, and
okay.
he dropped a couple balls in preseason, and they let him go. I mean, come on, man. He was
Okay.
he was still out there toasting most of the cornerbacks that was holding him.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. Yeah.
so yeah.
So him and his boy, Chad Ochocinco, uh,
Haha.
yeah. So I saw him. Speaking of him, I saw him on. I had watched this show on. I want to say it's on Netflix or something. So it's like these black real estate agents. It's one broker over a company, and I want to say somewhere in Florida. So that's who Chad Ochocinco dates,
hmm
and they featured him on one of the shows. But I was just like, I wonder what he's doing. Oh, and as a matter of fact, he's part of a show. He has a channel
Yeah, a
on YouTube
YouTube channel. Yeah,
with some other guys.
yeah, yeah.
Have you seen
So yeah, I've watched it once or twice.
that? Okay.
It's shoot, I knew the name of it. I just slipped off
Yeah.
it. So he actually oh man, what is the name of that show? I forgot the name of the show. But he
Yeah.
actually uh he actually oh man, who's on that show with him? Anyway, he just had a baby, so I think he's been
Yeah.
taking a little time off from the show or been doing it remotely. Usually they
Right.
all get together and do the show. But
Yeah. I like that show though.
actually there's a few football players that are doing that now. They
Mhm.
actually have their own podcast.
Okay.
And most of them are really good. You got to and this is what the NFL should be watching. These guys
Hmm.
that played and hearing what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
yeah, because the NFL it was a trip. So I don't know if you heard about the whole concussion protocol thing. That a lot of players after
Oh
playing
yeah.
football was having these brain diseases, right? From
Yeah.
having
I
so
heard
many
about that.
concussions that the NFL was, for the white guys, they were giving them if the doctor said they were okay. I mean, they had brain damage, they did. But for the black guys, they were like, "Oh, this could have happened to him as a kid." You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's the same sport. They both, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we're having the same collision. A lot of people. So what a lot of people don't understand is the body ain't made to have collisions like that.
Just repeat it.
Every day or every week or once. You know, the
Yeah.
body just ain't made for that. But at the same time, we have to understand that this is a game that you choose to play. And I'm not trying to say don't play it, but if you think that you may have brain injuries from concussions, then you probably shouldn't be playing football because at the end of the day, even though they pay you well,
Yeah.
this is part of the game. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And you also know that the league is not there to take care of you after you finish the game. The league is all about the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's
After the
like
game, you're a has been.
yeah, it's like whatever happens after that
Yeah,
is like, oh
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So is the actually I had to look it up. So their YouTube channel is called I Am Athlete.
yes, yes, that's
Yeah.
it right there. That's it right
And
there.
I don't know. So someone named J.R. Smith, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah,
J.R.
one of the
Smith?
guys. Yeah, one of the guys, J.R. Smith. Then there's but then there's some other guys. Ryan
Brandon
Clark.
Marshall.
Yeah, Brandon Marshall. He's one of them. Yeah, he's a wide
Okay.
receiver. Uh, then there's Ryan Clark, Fred Taylor, and some other guys that have another channel. Uh,
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, man, these guys they actually have some good talk about football and life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they
Yeah.
got jokes. They got a lot of jokes. They talk, they cap on each other, and you know what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
so it's a great show. It's a great
It's
show.
kind of like that show where the son in the barbershop, it has what's his name, the basketball player, LeBron James.
Uh huh.
Have you watched that?
No,
I
I
want to
haven't
say
watched
that's on
that one yet.
HBO or something. Yeah, they have like this. I don't think it's called barbershop talk, but they're all in a barbershop. They're smoking cigars and just talking, about different things and stuff. So I think that's cool
Yeah, yeah, that's
that
cool.
they
That's
do that.
cool.
Yeah, I think it's YouTube that it's on.
Okay.
So yeah.
But yeah, so yeah. So I think I had something else to talk about, but I forgot what it was.
So you were going to talk about. I'm about to put it up so you can know what you're about to talk about. So, boom, there you go.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about the the young lady in Tennessee that she was an ex felon, and think I don't know if she was still on probation or off of probation, but whatever it was, I guess ex felons aren't allowed to vote in Tennessee. But I think she she did all the proper footwork to find out if she was eligible to vote, and they she had got a letter from I think her probation office that said yes she was eligible to vote, and I think she went to try and vote, and ended up getting arrested and charged with being an ex felon and trying to vote. And there was three. She was a black woman, and she got convicted just recently to 6 years in prison for trying to vote. But she did it all the proper way. She went to the county assessor, everybody. You know, the well, I forgot the name of the office that you can go. The Board of Elections or something like that in Tennessee, and they kind of gave her the runaround. So she finally got this letter from, I think, from her probation, and saying that she was not on probation anymore or anything like that, and took the letter down and showed them. And I guess somebody told her that she was eligible to vote. She went to one precinct and they told her she wasn't there, and to go to another precinct, and they did something about it, and somehow, anyway, it came down to she wasn't eligible to vote. She got 6 years, 6 years in prison. Now, come to find out, this lady was a Black Lives Matter protester, but I think she was in the ranks of Black Lives Matter as well. So they think that the judge gave her this time because she was a Black Lives Matter activist. Because there was three other cases, and they were all white men, kind of similar to her. And these guys, they got 6 months probation, 6 months home detention, 6 weeks of you know community service. So it just goes to show that man, it, black people, we gotta we gotta get out and vote, and we gotta get these lawmakers. Let's not just think about presidents, senators, and governors. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to voting, we need to actually vote the lawmakers out. Vote these judges off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Judges like this, they don't deserve to sit on a bench when they can't be fair and impartial. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
whatever you guys do, we need to get out and vote in every election. It not just presidential and senate and governor. You know what I'm saying? We need to vote every election. City
Yeah.
council members.
Smaller elections
Yeah.
and bigger elections. Yeah.
Yes, because we all got this saying about as black people that our vote doesn't count, but it does, and you don't look at it, but you look at these cases, for instance, you know, like this lady, these lawmakers, you know, making it where felons can't vote. Where, they treating you like you some type of animal, like you can't walk in and read a piece of paper and know what the mark. You know what I'm saying? Because you've had a felony before. Man, that's just not fair. If you've served your time in the community and you back out and doing whatever it is, to make your life right and become a law abiding citizen, you should be able to vote. I don't care what your past has on you. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
black people, remember, get out, vote. Teach your children to vote. Let them know that when they don't vote, it affects everyone, even themselves.
Yeah. And I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, get out and vote. It's
Yes,
very, very
yes,
important to get
yes.
out
Because
and vote.
hey, listen, because lawmakers, one thing about lawmakers, they don't really write laws. What they do is there's somebody out there, some lobbyist or somebody that, realize, oh, I can make money if this law is introduced. And then the lawmakers, I just give them a little money, and contribute towards their campaigns and introduce it to them. And then they introduce it to everybody else. And we all get money, help us get reelected as lawmakers because we pass these laws. But lawmakers and lobbyists work hand in hand, and
Right.
lawmakers are not for the people. All they're about is money and keeping their ranks in law. But listen, you got to vote bad politicians out. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make like man. Matter of fact, man, I'm glad I'm talking about this. Have you seen the brother that's running for governor of Louisiana? I mean, not governor, but He's running against John Kennedy for Senator of Louisiana.
Yeah, and I can't think of his name right now.
The cat sitting on in the field smoking a blunt.
I know
Yeah,
that. I
yeah,
know.
and he's telling the truth about you're convicting people of color more than you are white people for simple marijuana possession. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A joint get a black person 10 years in Louisiana.
It's ridiculous.
And
It's
it is
ridiculous.
ridiculous to get a 10 year. Listen, I understand a lot of people think bad about drugs and things like that, but weed ain't killing nobody. And to tell you the truth, there's more white people smoke weed than black. You know what I'm
Gary,
saying? We just
Gary,
get exploited.
Gary, Gary Chambers Jr. I had to look
Yeah,
up.
that's his name. Get
Yeah.
listen, that man is running a good campaign. Uh, I don't think he's gonna win because of the simple fact that he's a brother. Uh, and you know how they feel about brothers in Louisiana. But but if those youngsters would rise up and vote, he'd run John Kennedy out of the Senate quick, fast, and hurry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
agree.
so this is just I'm basically talking to the younger generation. You guys need to get out and really rock your vote. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes more than just old people. We on our way out, but y'all got a whole life ahead of y'all.
Especially him, y'all.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Old
But
folks.
but listen, y'all got a whole life ahead of you, and laws are not made for you. They're made for them, and they you know we're, they're being called on it nowadays. But at the same time, they still gonna do what they can to keep you suppressed. You know what I'm saying? Oppressed, I should say. They gonna do
Yeah.
whatever it takes.
And one thing that I wanted to point out is that don't be ashamed if you don't know a lot about what's going on. That's one of the things that Roosta and I intend to work on
Yes,
this season is like enlightening you guys, educating you
yes,
guys
yes,
on different things, lobbyists,
yes,
lawmakers,
yes,
senators. Yeah,
yes, yes.
that's one of the things that we talked about. We wanted to do. We want to educate people because I at one point I didn't know everything, and I'm sure Rooster
Right,
didn't know
right.
everything.
And I
But
still don't know everything.
yeah, there you go. But it's important to know like what's going on.
Exactly,
Yeah, definitely
exactly.
around
You know,
politics
so
and
for
such.
example, Michelle, I was talking to a young guy one time. I was Ubering and then I was talking to the young guy and he was asking me, did I vote? And I said, oh yeah, man, I vote every election. You know what I'm saying? And he says to me, well, man, I don't vote. And so not trying to be a part of his business, but I had to ask him why not. And he said, man, it's not that I don't want to vote. He said, I just don't understand it. I see all these commercials. I said, okay, let me stop you right there. The commercials are only going to show you what they want. I said, man, when you if you really want to know something about a bill that's being introduced or whatever, pick up the book. The book tells you everything. The
Right,
commercials ain't gonna tell you everything. The commercials is only they're made to target people that you know you don't that can't read the fine print because it's flashes so fast on the bottom of the screen that you don't really
right,
know what's going
right,
on. You just hear what a person says to you. But if you get
right.
the book, you can read it all. I said
Yeah,
if there's something that catches your attention, a proposition or anything like that, pick up the book and read about it because it'll tell you everything that proposition has going for it or going against it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I told him that, you know what I'm saying? And I told him, man, don't listen. I say, and don't ever be embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? That you don't
yeah.
understand something. I say, I'm glad you talked to me. You know what I'm saying? Because had you not, you probably would have not voted. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Would have
You know.
still just not
So
voted. So, and
right.
I want to point out to all of our opinionites out there, our audience out there. Yeah, Roos and I talk a lot about Black issues that are going on, and that's
Yes.
because
Yes.
we're Black and that's what we relate to. But it
That's
doesn't
right.
mean that we're against any other
Yeah.
races out there. We support you. You guys support us. But we just talk about what goes on within our community and the
Yes.
things that we
Yeah.
see and
Yeah.
the injustices that
Yeah.
we see going
Yeah.
on, we report on those things so that, it could shed light on different circumstances that are going on. So
Yes.
I just wanted to put out there that we are in no way against any other races. It needs to be said because some people who
We'll take
take
that
this
the wrong
as,
way.
oh, they're racist, they don't like whites, they don't like Hispanics. No, that is not the case with us. We love
Right.
everybody, but we just
Right.
need to point out what's going on
In our
within
community.
our community is
Yes.
what we're
Yes.
doing. So
Yes.
I just needed to highlight that so that
Yes.
you guys
We
know.
we're definitely not here to race bash, but
No, not at all. We just,
we have to, you know, tell what's going on in our community and alert people that,
yeah,
hey, these things are happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
yeah.
I wanna say, I guess in our next episode, uh we're gonna talk a little about gentrification, or are we gonna?
Yeah, we definitely are going to talk about gentrification. Um, Most definitely. We got a lot coming in this new season.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
this new season one. We learned a lot from our pilot season, and like Rooster said earlier, if you guys have feedback for us, please feel free to give us pointers.
yeah,
Critique
yeah.
us. We
Critique the show.
welcome.
Critique. Hey,
Yeah,
let us know if it's
let
something
us
you
know.
think we're doing wrong or you don't like it. Hey, listen, we're not gonna bash you. We're not gonna. Hey, we accept uh constructive criticism. You know what I'm
We
saying?
we accept all feedback.
Yes, yes,
All feedback is welcome. So definitely. But I wanted to also just let you guys know that I have another channel out there. We kind of talk about it, on our show, but I have another channel and Rooster has another channel. So I'm going to just put the information in the comments. So if you guys want to follow any of our other channels, feel free. We talk about everyday life things. Rooster does like food reviews. I talk about crafting and the things of that nature. So just, check us out, subscribe, like, support us.
yeah. Listen, I do a lot of gig work. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so I got all of that on my channel as well. Working gigs and doing little projects in the garage. I'm doing a handlebar project for Harley Davidson in the garage right now that I need to. Oh man, I gotta find out. I'm down to one last connector that I can't get the pins out of. So yeah, I do it all. On my other channel. So yeah, yeah. Check us out. Check us out. Subscribe to the channel. And I'm gonna have a special guest on my channel. That's my little cousin Corey. Shout out to you if you're watching. I see he subscribed to the channel yesterday, to this channel and my channel. Uh, I definitely want to bring him on my show, and then I also want to bring him on this show.
Wait,
Uh,
wait, wait. Corey, you're going to have to subscribe to my channel too. Let me go on and put it up on the
yeah,
thing
yeah,
for
yeah,
you.
yeah.
It's
So
there, right there. It's Survive Life with Sassy channel right down at the bottom of the
yeah,
screen.
so I definitely want to bring him on both channels. Because this
Okay.
dude is hilarious. He is funny. I told him, I said, man, it's interesting because I try to get people to come onto the channel. And I also want to bring Mila back. You know what I'm saying? I want to bring her back for another segment as well.
Yeah.
And
I like Mila. Mila's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. I want to bring Mila back because I think she hit it off with us in the show really well. Uh, but I was telling Corey, I said, hey man, it's interesting. I can't get nobody to come on the show with me. You know what I'm saying? Even like when I'm trying to talk about my high school classes, because we all got this argument on Facebook about which class was the best class of the '80s at Kennedy High School. But I can't get
Yeah.
nobody to, come on the channel with me and talk live about it. But he said, "Well, shit, I ain't worried about not coming onto the channel, man, because I look good." Say, boy, you crazy. He said, so yeah, I'll definitely. So I'm trying to get him to subscribe. But listen, you guys, if you ever want to come on the show with us, talk about whatever it is you want to talk about, give us a few pointers if you think we need to learn something from you. you guys subscribe for the Melon app. I don't know if you're gonna throw that up on the screen. There's an app out there. It's free. You don't have to pay for anything. You know what I'm saying? We pay so that you can, you can come on with us. We already got paid subscriptions so that we can invite you onto the show. You can use the app for free. You don't have to download it to your phone. It's a web-based app. So you just sign in and do your thing and come on and join us on the show. You know what I'm saying? Even if you only tap in for 5 minutes, you don't even have to show your face. Just
Right.
just just do the app and you know what I'm saying, and let us know you want to tap in. And our show administrator, Sass, you know what I'm saying? Right there, y'all looking at right there. She can tap you in, you know what I'm saying? If you get to talking crazy, she can tap you out too.
Tap
So
you out.
don't forget
Yeah.
about that either.
We try to be respectful on our
Yes.
show.
Yes, we do.
Every now and then Rooster will mess up and like slip out,
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
craziness and
Yeah.
stuff. But
Well, only a slip out a bad word, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, here and there.
Yeah,
But we
yeah.
try to
But
just be
but I
respectful
ain't
to
gonna, but
all of our audience.
yes, but we ain't here to argue with you about nothing. We just here to let you voice your opinion and we voice ours, you know what I'm saying? And hey,
Yeah,
we can agree to disagree, you know what I'm saying? Or we can disagree to agree, whichever way you look at it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Abs-
with that
yeah.
being said,
Absolutely.
huh?
I say absolutely.
Absolutely. So
Yes.
I think with that being said, I don't you have anything else
I
you
think
want to
that's
throw
it
out
for
there?
today's show. I guess you're gonna hit them with that end screen, huh?
Yeah, I will hit you guys with the end screen. And there's the Melon app. Melon app, please, check it out. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Just like that, y'all. Melon app. Do it in your search box on Google, on Firefox, on Yahoo, whatever search engine you use, it's there.
Absolutely. And I just want to say thank you to our watchers. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. We appreciate you. Without
Yeah.
you guys, we couldn't do this. So,
Hey,
well, we could
without a
do it.
doubt. Hey,
We could do it, but it wouldn't be any fun without you
it
guys. So
would
I
be
just
no
want to
fun
extend
without you. Hey, listen, I want to say one thing that I always say on my other show. I love you, and I'm sure Sass love you,
we love
but
you.
most of all, God love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
Not a thing. Not a thing. So Melon app down below. Uh my other channel is Survive Life with Sassy Channel.
Go on
Check
and
out.
flash it on the bottom of the screen so they can see it, so they can see how it's
Okay.
spelled.
Okay. So that's mine. It's Survive Life with Sassy Channel.
Yeah,
So hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. And then here's Big Rooster Show.
yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead. Go ahead and subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. Check him out. He got a lot of videos up, a
yeah.
lot of good videos and
Hey,
stuff.
listen. Here's the funny thing. I'm going to say this about let's before we get out of here. I just want to say this. Listen, it don't cost y'all nothing to hit that subscribe button. Listen, all it is a click away. You know what I'm saying? You take the mouse, you see that subscribe button, you click. If you don't ever even watch the video, you know what I'm saying, or pay attention. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Maybe one day you ain't doing nothing, you just want to check it out. You got it right there in your channels already. You can say, "Hey man, let me watch Big Rooster talk some crazy stuff, watch one of his videos." Hey, listen, I teach y'all how to cook too, cause I gets down cooking. I ain't this big for nothing, y'all. I like to eat.
Do not just go there.
I like to eat. So listen, hey, I do a little work on Harleys. You know what I'm saying? I do a little garage work, a little shelving work in the house. I do a little few house projects and things like that. Man, listen, I paint, I do it all. So check out the channel. You'll see a little bit of something different in everything. Like I say, subscribe to the channels. This channel, Our Opinions Network. I mean, Our Opinions with Sass and Rooster. Uh, 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 It's a Vibe Life with Sass.
It's a
Sassy
Bible
Channel
with Sassy
with
Channel.
Sassy Channel and Big Rooster Show. It don't cost you nothing to subscribe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just show us your support.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I think that we are at the end of our show. And like Rooster said, I'm going to hit you guys with that outro. I wish I had some music with the outro. You want to sing, Rooster? Some
Nah.
outro music?
Listen,
Want to sing the outro?
I said I want people to subscribe, not unsubscribe.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Yep, good point. Very
Yeah,
good
yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
All
don't want to
right.
run nobody off. I want them to run to us, not away from us.
Let's do it. Okay. All right. Well, you guys have a blessed day out there. Enjoy life, enjoy, love on people. And with that being said, we're out.
Peace.